I feel like the reason as to why us as human beings, why we worry so much is because we don't know how shit is gonna work itself out. I'm not trying to age any faster than what the fuck I'm supposed to. I'm really not.
Go, hey, know it's up for me. Yeah, it's up for me. Yeah, I know that little bitch can.
Okay, so today I want to talk about worrying and why we worry so much, why we stress so much, and how we can basically stop worrying and live a happier, stress-free life starting today and moving forward. So I just feel like typically as human beings, depending on who you are and your background, things like that, a lot of us on average are typically in survival mode. We are constantly worrying about bills. If you have children, we're constantly worrying about our children, the state of our children, the growth of our children. If you have a business, you may be worrying about how your business is going to perform. Is it going to reach its financial goals that it's supposed to reach? Whether you're in school, you may be worried about if you're going to pass this test, if you're going to make it to the next level, if you're going to make it to the next grade. There's so many things that we have on our backs that we are constantly worrying about and constantly stressing about. But because in the end, things typically always work themselves out. Typically, right? I mean, you watching this video or whoever watching this video, you've been in multiple effed up situations that you worried about, that you thought you could never get out of, and you here watching the video right now, right? So all that's to say, wouldn't worrying pretty much be a waste of time if everything worked itself out in the end anyway? Like, isn't it pretty much a waste of time? Because in the end, even though we don't know how, it still works itself out. Everything still turns out to be what it's supposed to be. Now, I want to talk about the reason as to why we worry so much. I feel like the reason as to why us as human beings, why we worry so much is because we don't know how shit is going to work itself out. We don't ever know how. And so we stress ourselves out trying to figure out how things are going to work. And that's why we be so stressed, because we keep thinking and thinking and thinking, how is this going to happen? How am I going to do this? How is this going to work itself out? What the fuck is going to happen? You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So why the fuck are you even wasting your energy? And this is why I understand why people tell us to live in the moment, because we are not God. So if you are currently worrying about something right now, instead of worrying, why don't you turn the worry into a prayer? And if you don't believe in prayer, why don't you turn the worry into a positive affirmation? It's so simple. Once that worry starts to come, why don't you just do the opposite? Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so say for instance, you just interviewed for a job, right? You were nervous throughout the job. However, for the most part, you think you got it in the bag, but you're just not sure. And you just keep on worrying and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Instead of doing that, why don't you just say a prayer or an affirmation, and you can easily just turn that worry and say, I already have the job. Everything is gonna be perfectly fine. Why don't you just do that? Because you don't know what's gonna happen. And even if you didn't get the job, then that just means that you weren't supposed to have the job. Just try again with another job, or just try again. It's really just as simple. Life is so unpredictable, you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. So instead of worrying, pray about it or turn it into a positive affirmation. Therefore, what is that going to do? That's going to, number one, it's going to send out a positive signal out to the universe. That's number one. Number two, you can eliminate stressing. Now you can eliminate stress and worry, which is going to be sending out confusing signals to the universe, and which is also going to be sending signs to the Most High that you do not trust. You don't know how to trust. You don't know how to believe. You don't know how to let go, because you're constantly trying to force the outcome in which you have no control over. So let it the fuck go. Only focus on what you can control. What you cannot control, you have no business worrying about. So whatever you're worrying about right now, I don't know, whether that may be a bill, whether that may be your child, whether that may be school, or I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't really know what you're going through. But whatever it is that you're worrying about right now, how about you just let it the fuck go? Pray about it and then move on with your day. Literally focus on your day. Be happy with your day. Literally. Literally, just forget about everything else. I personally had to learn how to do this. I had to teach myself how to put my trust into the Most High and how to ultimately let go, because I've gotten to the point where I don't like to stress and I don't like to worry. I don't like to be mad. I don't like to really stress about anything, to be honest. And so the moment I feel like I'm doing so, I instantly pray about it and then I just let it go, because I don't know what's to happen. I don't know how things things are going to work out. Only God himself knows what is to come about. The only thing that I can do is send out positive signals to the universe, continue to work hard, continue to stay focused, continue to stay positive, and that's it. Worrying doesn't do anything for me, and I'm not trying to age any faster than what the fuck I'm supposed to. I'm really not, and that's what worry and stress does to you. It stresses you out and it ages you. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to look as beautiful as for the rest of my life as I possibly can, and I really just want to focus on being happy. And worrying all the time, it's hard to live a happy life when you constantly worrying all the time. It's hard to live a happy life when you're constantly stressed, especially when you're stressing yourself about things that you have no control over. You are currently worrying about something right now. Let it go, because you're doing yourself a disservice. Instead of working against yourself, work for yourself and pray. All right, pray faithfully and affirm faithfully, and you are going to be all right. I'm a living proof that everything is going to be all right. I've been through plenty of fucked up situations. Anybody watching this video, you have been through plenty of effed up situations, and you've gotten out of it. Look at you. So that's my point. What is even the point of worrying? What is even the point when everything always works itself out in the end anyway? Yeah, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, just make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel for weekly and daily uploads, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Deuces!
Go, hey, know it's up for me. Yeah, it's up for me. Yeah, I know that little bitch candy.